just so I can go back and look at it again.
Yeah. There are already some training videos, tutorials on there already, which could be useful if this one isn't as standardized as you may like. So the other ones could be of more use, but I think we'll be all right on this one.
Yeah, it's just when you're doing it in real time, so you can ask questions at the time as well, you know.
It's transcribing what we're saying. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. Oh yeah, recording and transcription. Yeah, it's recording. Yeah.
Okay. Are we back, Bernie?
Sorry, something nice happened to me, Rob, for a change. Somebody sent me in a gift voucher as a thank you. That never fucking happens to me.
Lovely.
That never happens to me. It's normally an email that comes in given out about me, but
right. So I reckon we'll jump into the CDRs then. We'll start here. So when we're importing our CDRs, we go to the navigation panel, hit billing, call data, import CDRs here. Okay.
Okay.
And it should take us to this tab here.
Yep.
This one's already imported. Actually, this is.
Sorry, say that again. This is CDRs, yeah. Billing, call data, and bill manager, was it?
I'll go over that in a moment. So it looks like we've closed the cycle. Okay,
I did.
So that's fine. Okay, so if we want to import CDRs, we go to billing in the navigation panel, call data, and then import CDRs here. Okay. And we get to this panel. Now these are protected calls because they haven't billed, most likely because they're on the give me 1 second, I need to pass this live chat to somebody. Let me just read what they've said. Right, let's carry on. So yeah, we're on our CDR import screen, and if we want to import a file, we go up here and click select. Okay. This will take.
And this comes from Telcom, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a Telcom file. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we go to select, and this gives us our Eclipse directory. Okay, so this is the directory that stores files in Eclipse, literally on Eclipse, not your system. Okay.
Okay.
And then we'll go to upload. This links to our directory on the computer. So this allows us to choose the file that's saved on our computer and import it into Eclipse onto the directory first. Okay?
Yeah.
So let's do that. Hit this. This comes up. I hit select. And this takes me into my thing. I am going to just hide that though, because there's stuff on there. Not that this is a recording, and you could literally look back at it anyway. So let's go for the July CDR simply because I have it right here.
Can I ask, how does the CDR file get as far as there?
You get it from Telcom. They should pass it to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
They send us a file every month, and it's just a CSV. So it's on our computer, and we're uploaded to Eclipse then.
Okay. You know all this, Johnny.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is the file that was passed to me. I've double clicked it on my directory, and now it's here and it's loading currently.
Okay. And we uploaded to as I said, call data record and 2024.
Yeah, so I'll go over that in a second.
No problem.
Okay, so as you can see, it's gone greens, which means it's been accepted.
Okay.
If it doesn't get accepted, it will go red, and that will be most likely because of the file type. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Below it tells us the file types we can take.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you there. Before you make any changes to this file, Johnny, I presume it has to be uploaded here first, so that there's no difference in the file.
You can't open a file and import it, otherwise it won't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it has to be completely unopened after it's been passed over.
Okay.
Right, so I'm going to hit upload. and that's going to bring my file here. Now, the reason I'm just doing it here is because we're doing training, but going forwards, when you use the system, we go into 2024, and then we would add a line for September.
Yeah, you just create a new
or
folder. Yeah.
For this next month, it'll be October. Okay, so we just create a folder and go that way.
How come September is not there?
I think I just added it in, so it's here. This is the one. I just added it in when I got it, so I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Right, so this is our file. I'm going to select myself a filter now. Okay. So clicking at the top, Telecom CDR, that's the filter I want to load the file in with, and then I'm just going to hit enter.
Okay. So Telecom CDR.
And that's come here.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now at this point, it's on Eclipse, but it's not imported yet. Okay.
Okay.
So then, with it selected, I'm going to click Import in the top left. Are you sure you wish to import these files? Yes or OK. And it will begin the process of importing it. Okay.
Okay. So import after select file. Yeah. Okay. This takes a while, though, doesn't it?
It depends. It will, because we're on a call together, but usually it shouldn't take that long.
Okay, so import. Oh yeah, import top left. There, see it? Top left. Okay.
By the way, Rob, happy belated birthday.
Very much.
I'll type this all out as well when we're finished. You know, the steps to do everything. Yeah. So I'll email it to you.
It's not really that big of a file. It shouldn't take as long.
Yeah.
I really just, I don't know why Teams does this. It's really obvious as well. Like the time difference in.
Yeah, why it slows down everything so much.
I just don't know. It's weird. I don't know why we haven't really addressed it. I might have a chat with them. Then again, I'm not sure if there's anything to be done.
Yeah, I don't think that. I doubt they'd be you'd be their top priority somehow. Come on. This happened the last time we were doing it as well, but it did eventually go in, didn't it?
Yeah.
There we go.
Lovely. All right, so that's now imported, and then the next course of action is to go and deal with any rejects that haven't reconciled in the system. Okay.
Okay, so that's the rejects.
Yep. So then we go over to Call Data Manager here, and this will be where all the rejects sit.
Yeah. Okay.
So as you can see, we've got missing CLIs here, missing rate tables on CLIs with calls outside the CLI connected period, missing class codes, and duplicate calls. Okay, the ones on the right you should never have to deal with, so you don't really have to pay too much attention to it.
Okay.
And then we've also got a bit of an overview of what the file has imported into the system. So it will split between calls that haven't errored and then calls that have errored. Okay. So first things first, obviously missing CLIs which have calls are CLIs that have come through the system which are not currently assigned to any account at the moment. Missing rate tables on CLIs with calls, any CLI that's in the system currently that doesn't have a rate table that has calls come through the file will appear on here and which we'll have to assign a rating table.
Okay.
Calls outside the CLI connected period. On the CLI, you've got an active date and then a disconnection date. If there's a call that comes through that has a date that is outside of that period, it will come on here, in which we would have to either amend the connected period of the CLI to take the call or ignore it.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's why when, for example, when we're putting in a CLI, let's say we date it for the 20th of October and a call comes in on the 17th. Is that what it means?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Missing class codes. Basically, the file sort of uses the information. Sorry, Eclipse uses the information in the file to produce a distinct code, which we then map to our call bands. Okay. That's what our class codes are, and then duplicate calls. Obviously, if there's any duplicate calls, like proper duplicates, they will appear here, in which you can remove them.
What does that mean by duplicate calls? Sorry, now.
So, if, for example, a file is imported and there was an error on the file, and then for some reason it's got all the calls in there twice or something, or we're trying to import two different files which have crossover of calls, or if we try to import the same file twice, which is what we've done here.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm using an older file.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even those missing CLIs could be fixed by now because this is a July file.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, but at least it's good. There's no missing rate tables on CLIs, and there's no missing class codes.
Yeah. So that's good. So let's go into missing CLIs app calls.
Okay. Now this is the one where we think there might be redirects, is it?
Redirects. What do we mean?
From let's say someone's diverting a call from a landline to a mobile or something like that.
Potentially,
which is the IP voice thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously these are all of our missing CLIs. The way we would go about dealing with them is we would either ignore them if we don't need them, but usually I wouldn't do that, especially with the amount that you guys get. I would probably assign them to a suspense account, a template account, or maybe even your internal account.
Yeah, that's what we were doing
and then
so far.
Yeah. So we'll choose our first one here. There's two things you can do, okay? You can either number map it, which means I could have this number redirect to a different number in Eclipse.
Okay.
Okay, and then all the traffic that comes through the file for this number will actually bill under the other number on Eclipse. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay,
are you assigning it to a customer file or are you assigning it to...
Right, so we've got this CLI that's come through the file, right? And this is its own entity. Now, there could be a CLI on the system already that we want to actually put the traffic, the call traffic for this CLI under. We would want to build that traffic under a different CLI. So we'll say this is CLI A and CLI B is the CLI on said other account. I could number map CLI A to CLI B, and then all of the call traffic for CLI A would bill under CLI B.
So in other words, Barney, what you're going to say, you're a client A, another, just another client. That we'll be assigning that phone call to that client. If you know
because that's not even an Irish number.
I know, yeah, but it doesn't make a difference with the numbers at the moment. We just have to figure out how to assign it to the customer. Go on, Rob.
And then the other version is we can just assign this CLI to an account, and obviously all the traffic will bill as normal. So let's go through doing that. I'm going to click assign. And when we do, it takes us through to the missing number wizard. Okay, it's just basically an area of the system where we can deal with missing numbers.
Okay. But these are the ones we're ignoring at the moment because they're not costing us that much money. But when it goes on, it'll get more and more and more. You see, so we'll have to figure it out.
Okay. So I've clicked to assign this CLI. The start date of the CLI and the CLI are already populated. These can't change. Now, if we don't like that, we can either add the CLI now and then change the start date later, or we could not assign the CLI and add it manually. And then, in which case, you can have whatever start date you like.
Because we don't know what account that CLI is for. We can't add it to any account.
Correct. You would probably either have to add it to your internal account, or I'm not sure what you'd need to do. But this is something that should be on you guys to try and figure out what you want to do with this information.
I think it's on your list to do, is it? Yeah, it's on Johnny's list to do to get all these sorted.
Okay. So we'll take a look at our account. We can choose to select our account. I'm just going to choose the template account. I'm not actually going to add it to it, but I'm just going to go through how it works. So I'll choose our template account. That's now selected. I can then choose a bill plan. So these are all the different bill plans that are on this template account. I can assign which one it goes to. Then we can choose our number type. So there's fixed, inbound, and mobile. Inbound is like 08 calls or like NGCS calls, stuff like that.
1-800,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But a lot of fixed CLIs kind of do both, so this is becoming more and more obsolete.
Yeah.
I think for you guys, this will never you'll never need this.
I don't think we've ever used it actually.
No. So I think we'll go with fixed.
Okay.
And then it will select the number profile, like the default number profile that you have selected for the account. Okay. Another thing to notice is there's a cost center that was 000 at the start. The cost center appears on the invoice. So we remove the cost center. The username for the CLI also appears on the invoice. So if there's nothing we want on that, we have to make sure that's blank, or we can add in something. So I'll put Rob. And then we'll go on to our next page. That's it for this page. Is there any questions here?
No.
No, I think I got that. So just saying, so we remove the cost center, and then we can add anything we want to put on the invoice in the name or description.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll go on to our next page. Now, on this page, the only thing you absolutely have to do is assign a rating table. Okay. So it could be as simple as you just choose your rating table and you're done, and then you'll just click finish. But other things we can do on this page, we can assign number bundles. So this would be quite useful for you. So when you add a CLI to an account, the account's number bundles will appear here. In which case you can select one, click the arrow to assign it, and now this is now assigned. Okay. And we can also do the same thing, select it, click the arrow going in the opposite direction, and this will unassign it.
Remove it, yeah.
All right.
So choose rating table or bundle, yeah.
There's also individual number bundles, but you guys don't use those at the minute, so we're not going to go over that, but it's the exact same thing as number groups.
Okay.
We can also add charges if we need to at this point, but which is useful. You can do that. So if you're adding a CLI and you know that it's got some charges at this point, you could add them in as well. And then that's it. We basically just click finish and we're done. Okay, that CLI is now assigned.
So that CLI then is assigned to the, let's say, whatever account that we choose.
Correct. Okay. I'm just going to come out of that. Okay. Another thing we can do is we can actually select multiple CLIs at the same time. If they all need to go under the same account, we can select them all at the same time and go through the exact same process.
I would nearly think at this stage, because every account we're adding all the CLIs, and I would think if that's going to come across in the telecom file, it's down to this divert due to the IP voice.
I think so. To mobiles.
Yeah. Is there a thing, the way the template there, Rob, that is set up? Can we call it maybe temp, I don't know, IP voice divert or something? Or
well, we have the Avita internal file that we can use that one. Or we can set up another one. We can just set up a client just for that. But hopefully we'll be able to figure out where the CLIs are meant to go. They should go to somebody's account. We have to figure out how to figure that out. That's the problem.
Yeah.
In the telecom file, could if you wanted to, yeah.
In the telecom file that is sent to us, those numbers will be there somewhere. They'll be listed somewhere, and we should be able to figure it out from there. Okay. And so at the moment, I think on our internal accounts here, we're just assigning them to Avita something or other, So, but yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Let's take a look at calls outside the CLI connector period. When it comes to missing rate tables on the CLI, it's very simple. Basically, it will be a grid. It will have the CLIs down the left, and it will basically just ask you to assign a rating table with a drop down to each CLI, and then ask you to click save. That's as simple as that one is. There's not really too much to that one. Okay.
So missing rates, just assign the rates. Missing rates.
Right. calls outside the CLI connector period. Let's take a look. So here we've got our CLIs. We've got the account they're under, company name, filter they've come from, carrier, cost, number of calls, and then the calls from and to dates. Okay.
Okay.
So as you can see, for example, the first one, the call was made. There's one call, and it was made on the 1st of September. All right, it's 2023.
Can I just ask one? Oh, 2023. Okay, because this is the July file. I just saw the year. I was like, how is there a September call on a July file? But I see it's last year. Okay.
No worries.
And another stupid question. If it's on a July file, why is it still sitting there from September last year? Why isn't it
that's
assigned?
something you would want to chat with your telecom provider, but they probably have some previous calls that they've put into this file for some reason. I don't know why they would do it.
Okay.
So that's just make a note of that one second.
But it does occasionally happen. I haven't seen it happen this many times. Oh, I say this many times. It's actually not that many times, is it? It's just 1, 2.
Does it give you a cost down at the end of that, Rob, as to?
There's a cost here, and then in terms of a total cost, no. But under the call data manager, it does, yes.
Okay.
So here is the total cost for that.
Oh, €1.90. Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't even bother with something that minimal.
No worries.
Yeah, but at least we know how to do it. At least we know how to do it now.
So as we can see, the CLI start date is the 1st of the 2nd, 2024.
Okay.
We would basically just want to put that to September the 1st to capture this call. Okay.
So by doing that, then we're assigning it to that month, to the new days as such.
We are changing the start date of the CLI, and because the active period now encompasses the date of the call, that call can now bill correctly.
I understand what you mean, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So if we see this coming across next month, Johnny, and that's there, and you look, you can just
change it back, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Assign date to
after we've done this, we will need to click save. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to change the start date of the CLI, but we could click save, and that would be that. Okay.
And can you run through the whole lot of them one by one, like say there, if you went down to the CDTB and click that the 1st of October 2023? I wonder. Okay, that's grand. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and that's all there is to this page.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay.
Let's take a look at. Okay, so missing class codes. The way this would work is down the left-hand side will be the filters combined bit of information taken from the file, which will equal our class code. Okay, so it would probably say something like island mob. Okay.
Yeah.
So there'll be the class code, and then there'll be the description. Now, depending on what that is, for example, on your files, I think they're both the exact same. So the class code will be also the description, because there was no description in the file, unless there was, which I can't remember, to be honest. But if there was a description in the file, that would be in the description column, whereas the class code will be in the class code column. All right.
Okay. What would cause a missing class code, Rob?
So if the class code coming through the file is currently not mapped to a call band in the system, they will come through as missing class codes. At the moment, I think all of them are kind of mapped up, and especially with your billing, there isn't too many of them anyway, so this won't ever be like a massive problem.
Yeah.
But if you're dealing with like a bigger carrier or like a more in-depth breakdown of your calls, there could be quite a few class codes in there.
Okay, so
all right.
Call band is not assigned. Okay.
So, and then all you would have to do is, similarly to this missing rate tables with CLIs, it will basically ask you to assign it to a call band in the system, which there will be a magnifying glass which you can click on to search more in depth, or you could type it in or paste it in or whatever. Okay. So if you've got like a list of this of like a bunch of class codes, but they all kind of need to go to the same call band, you could just copy paste the call band into each of those slots and click save.
Okay, so assign to call band. Yeah, and then click save. Yeah.
Now these 4 are the only major ones you're ever going to have to deal with, but obviously we've got duplicate calls. I'll quickly show you how to manage these. Now, under call data on the left-hand side, we've got something a bit further down called duplicate calls, and we've got the duplicate calls check. Okay. So what we would need to do is we need to go into duplicate calls check, and we would literally hit view. What this basically does, it runs the system and basically rechecks if there's any more duplicates for whatever reason. Okay, but usually upon import, it should figure out which ones are duplicates. But if you're ever unsure, you just want that extra bit of confidence, you could just rerun it again, and that should do that. Okay.
Okay.
So, and then when we've got that, you can basically click on this, and I believe. Okay, I'm going to click it and see what happens. It shows you a full list of the duplicate calls. Okay. So that's not very useful, actually. Yeah,
no,
I wouldn't really care about this. It doesn't really tell you anything. But what you can do is under the duplicate calls check, when you hit view, it will give you a text file of all of the actual records that have come through the file.
Okay.
Which is a lot more useful. Okay. And then basically, if you've decided that you don't need these duplicate calls, which most people never do, we just need to delete them out. Which means we'd go to delete imported calls, which is just here underneath the same area. And then here it says clear duplicate calls. And we'll just click that one and click delete. Okay.
Delete imported calls.
Call is somebody that rings the same number 2 or 3 times. Am I correct in saying that?
No. What it is that the system is reading the same call twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. And that's kind of all there is to this. So that's sort of all of the things we need to do with any call data rechecks. Okay.
Yep.
So we can close this stuff now, and we'll move over to supply charges. Okay. So under billing on the navigation panel, we've got supply charges, and then similar to calls, we've got import supply files. Okay. So we'll click on that, and it should take us through to this page. Now I did actually just download the IP voice file, so we'll take a look. Going forwards, you need to liaise with IP voice for them to send you this file. Okay.
Okay. Who do you get the file off, Rob, if you don't mind me asking me?
I just go into their Eclipse. I go into their copy of Eclipse and get it myself, but you guys won't be able to do that. What should happen is they should send that to you at the start of every month.
Okay.
So just to be so what we're looking for from IP Voice is what am I looking at? The supplier files, is it? Okay. So.
And as you can see, this grid is the exact same as the call one, and it works in the exact same way as well. So we'll click select file, takes us to our page. It's the same directory. Okay, so the CDRs and the SDRs both share the same directory. We'll go to upload, select, and this takes me through to my directory on the computer. Should be this one, shouldn't
it? So what did you say that file name was? CDR, was
it? Say again.
What did you say the name of that file name was? CDR, was it?
So calls are CDRs and services are SDRs.
SDRs.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll be called like supplier data something records. That's it.
That SDR.
And what is the name of the IP voice file, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'm about to show you, to be fair.
Yeah.
So select.
We are part of 5G, so we would be allowed to look at this. We just have to get access to it.
So this is what the file is named as. Okay, so ACIP V004 Avita Communications Limited. Invoice SEPS 2024. Okay.
Okay.
Same again, we hit upload because it's already accepted it. And that brings it into our directory on Eclipse.
Yeah.
We then choose our filter, which is this one. This is the filter for this one.
So it's Eclipse.
Because obviously this CDR is actually created by Eclipse because obviously IP voice use Eclipse. Okay. So we can do that. Hit enter, and that should bring the file here. Now I think this file is a bit smaller than this call one, so this actually should just happen pretty quickly. Of course, I probably shouldn't have said that because now, well, actually, no, it was really quick. Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay.
So that's been imported. That's all nice. Then we'll have to go and deal with any rejects that we've got. Okay. So we go over to our supplier charge manager. It's basically the same version as the call data manager, except from supplier charges are a bit more complicated. Because why wouldn't they be? You know, nice and fun. Yeah. Okay. So this is what we're dealing with currently. So we've got some missing numbers. Now, due to the way IP voice bill, they put all of their charges on these things here. These are like references almost. So it's kind of up to you how you want to deal with these. The way we dealt with them is we added these straight into Eclipse. Okay. Of course, you guys could either number map them to a CLI if you wanted, or some kind of fake CLI that you wanted to view these.
How do we know what CLI it is? If you click into that MTO22, does it give a CLI? No.
This is it. This is the CLI itself.
Yeah. So that number there, Bernie, would be referenced somewhere in their file to a telephone number, such to a CLI.
No, it wouldn't actually. So this is the CLI that IP voice use.
Oh, right.
So they don't actually use actual CLIs. They just put it all under a reference.
Okay.
Which is quite difficult, especially when dealing with some of your billing. So, for example, HiChan.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's split into a bunch of different into a bunch of different billing plans. But all of their files or all of their charges come through on one reference, which is crap because you guys unfortunately can't bill that the way you want it to. Which means I had to set up a rule to ignore them because you just can't reconcile those charges. So either you might have to have a conversation internally about how you want to go about doing this, or if you continue with the method we've sort of set up, that's also okay. It's really up to you what you want to do.
Can we go with the way it's set up, if you don't mind?
I mean, for now we kind of have to because we can't really do it.
We've no option.
Yeah. So yeah, this would be the exact same way as dealing with missing numbers. Except from you would click it here, resolve missing numbers. It will take us to the missing number wizard, and the exact same thing will happen is we'll need to assign these to accounts, and then that's it. Okay.
So rejects comment.
Now this is the September file, so these are new. So we would need to map these up if you want to use them, but of course because IP voice are a pain. A few of these you might not even be able to use properly anyway, because obviously if you deal with accounts with multiple bill plans, you can't split the charges over the correct bill plans, and it's just crap.
Sorry, so this is for October billing. It's there already, is it?
This was for last month's billing.
Okay.
But we didn't. I don't think we imported the IP voice file because I'm not really sure why, but we just didn't.
And how did we do the billing if we didn't import it? Sorry,
So this all this supplier file does is allow us to reconcile against what's already in Eclipse. This doesn't add anything. This doesn't do anything. It just allows us to have that extra bit of confidence that what we're billing on Eclipse is being captured in the other way around. Sorry, what's coming through the file is being captured in Eclipse.
Okay. And what about because we'll have all new charges already added into Eclipse. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
As you say, you kind of check your bill values each month anyway, so that is correct. It's just this is also a useful tool to be able to reconcile some of those things.
So technically, we don't really need the IP voice because we've it already set up on Eclipse correctly.
Correct.
Okay.
And also, I don't think you'll ever get to a stage with how IP voice bill that you'll be able to reconcile these anyway.
So it's
not a fucking notion.
Yeah.
But there will be some that you would be able to, I think, if you wanted to. But I think it's probably more hassle than it needs to be.
It's just really a tool to check for discrepancies, really, is it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. Bernie, we got a major problem, Bernie. We'd be able to go to this and maybe make some sense of it.
Correct. Yes. Okay. So we'll go to the next tab, which is missing descriptions. Now, like the call data manager, how we had our missing class codes, this is the exact same thing. So on the SDR file, there'll be a column, probably like a charge description on the SDR file, and we will use those to map up against the Eclipse products. Okay, so the Eclipse product list in Eclipse that has all the product codes, we would map this up against the product code. Okay?
Yep.
The way we would go about doing that is we have our pencil here, and the pop-up box will appear. Now, unfortunately, due to the way Eclipse works, it maps against the product description, but it is mapping up again. So I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah.
Right. So if I hit my magnifying glass, you've got the product code down the left, but you've got the description down the right. Okay. So what's it? Analytics. Analytic. So search for that. We don't have a product at the minute. We'd probably have to create one. But yes, let's say I select this one, for example, hit select. This is what it would look like. So we've got, I think that's actually the product code, isn't it? Okay, so I think we've actually changed this in Eclipse, which is really good because I didn't like how it was before. Okay, brilliant. So the first line tells us the product code, the second line tells us the description of the product code, so the default description. Okay?
Okay.
And then after we've selected the product we want, we'll just hit update. Now I'm not going to do that, but that's all you need to do. And then that will go away from this area and that's done. Okay?
So if there's a new code there that isn't in the Eclipse billing, we just need to add it.
Correct, yes. Okay?
Okay.
Then let's go over to our charge issues. Now this is going to be the one that's usually the most. The reason why there's so many in here at the minute is most likely due to the unassigned numbers. So if there's all these unassigned numbers, yeah, so that's literally almost all of them, isn't it? Yeah, that's a large chunk of them. So obviously if there's no assigned number in the system, there's not going to be a charge because usually the charge sits under the CLI. Well, that's the way Eclipse is built anyway. But because
obviously we wouldn't have a CLI named MTO 2022.
Exactly. Okay.
So we would just skip past this as well.
Basically, yeah. I don't think you will spend much time on here, to be honest with you.
I don't spend any time on it.
No.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah.
We'll go over to quantity issues then.
Yeah, it's good to know they're all the same.
So this is a really nice way of describing this. So let's take the Hitian example again. Okay, let's say it's got 25 licenses coming through the file, all being mapped to the one reference because that's how IP voice bill. On your system, those charges would be split over a bunch of different sites on that account. So basically, the Eclipse quantity would say 1 or 2, and the supplier quantity, the quantity coming through the file, would say 25. Okay. So the majority of these you'd probably ignore, but you'd probably get some like this, these 4 here, especially this one actually, in which the supplier quantity says 59, but the Eclipse quantity says 60, which could be an actual difference and which you might want to take a look at. Okay.
Well, I know in regard to trans, there is that amount, but we're only allowed to build 6, so I can skip past that. But Weststock, it should be correct.
It might be correct, yeah. But currently the file is saying there's only 59 of these coming through.
Well, then that's down to IP voice to go and check and see, and we just basically leave our files the way they are.
However, I probably wouldn't raise that with IP voice because if they're billing you 59 and you're billing on 60, exactly. You're making a bit of money there.
Yeah. Okay. And then you see if you go up there to Mangan's, that's split out over 4 different sites.
Exactly. So that's the exact same example
we just spoke about. Yeah. Okay, next.
Next is date issues. There's unfortunately no date issues in here. But essentially, for example, if I were to have a charge billing from the 1st of September to the end of September in the file, but on Eclipse, I've got an end date of like the 15th of September. That date will appear in here as a date issue. Okay, it will tell you, well, in the file, it's billing all the way up to the end of September, but you're billing it up to the 15th. Do you want to change this?
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. That's all there is to this. Okay, so I'll have the phone number, description, charge from and to, and then some more information. So a cost, quantity, supplier, and then it'll have the name of the account, company, and bill plan.
Okay.
Okay.
The buy price issues, we can skip past it. We don't even fill that in on Eclipse.
Yep, exactly. But let's say you did. This is what it will tell you. It will tell you the Eclipse buy price here and the buy price coming through the file.
Yeah.
And which you can update it if you'd like. All right.
Okay.
That's it. That's all there is to this.
Okay.
We have the All Items tab here. This tells you all of the charges that are coming through the files. So it's literally just a full breakdown of all the charges. Okay. And then unreconciled charges are basically charges in Eclipse right now that do not reconcile against an incoming file charge.
Okay.
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 That's it. That's kind of all there is to this bit. Okay. And I've got a feeling you're just never going to use this.
I'm just going to say I don't think. Yeah. We can skip past.
But it's still good to know. It's still good to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I think now we'll go and check for the bundles. Off the top of your head, guys, can you remember? This one. Let's go for this one.
No, they don't have a bundle.
I will argue against you. Okay. So in Eclipse, you can have a special rate or you can have a bundle. Okay. A special rate basically just says. So basically, what a special rate does is each CLI has a tariff assigned. On that tariff, it will have a rate. Now, it'll either have a rate in the tariff, or if it's not in the tariff, it will just use the default markup. But basically, using that tariff, it will assign a cost to the call. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. The special rate is basically a step further, and it will take priority over the tariff. So any rates that are in this group here, it will rate according to the rate and not the tariff. Okay. So for certain accounts, obviously you've got your local, national, and your mobile. Those rates will be in these special rate groups, and those will be what bill, not what's in the tariff. Okay.
And say so. This is one of the accounts that came over from OnVibe. Is that why? Is that why there's a special rate thing there beside them? I didn't.
In terms of why there'd be special rates here, it's because we would have agreed a special rate or a rate to apply to this CLI, to this account. Sorry.
I'm just saying, when you give someone a deal, you'll have the special rate on it.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any deal given on Alhay's in it.
So in terms of in terms of what we did, is we had the Telcom standard tariff, didn't we, which had 8 pence per minute and 2 pence per minute, or whatever it was, 2 cents and 8 cents. But on this account, we've got a different set of costs that we've assigned to these things.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why we use the special rate in this instance. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's kind of.
Yeah, but that special rate there will be one of our watch colours, our new such called tariffs under our rates or whatever.
If that's how you've set it up, most likely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that won't be a special rate as such anymore.
We could remove the special rates, but
we don't have to. We don't have to
think you should, because I feel like at least these are correct.
And it works.
Yeah.
So it won't mess up anything in terms of what's in there.
Yeah.
So right, let's go into how we make one. Okay.
Yeah.
So we go to add. This will allow us to add a group. Then we've got our group type. All right. So we've got the shared bundle, which is a bundle, and then we've got the special rate. So we'll first do the special rate. We'll give it a name. So let's call it Paul.
Okay.
And we can either copy an existing group or we can start from fresh. If we copy an existing group, it will literally carbon copy a group from a different account.
Yeah.
So it will have all the bands in there already, the rates for those bands, and it could just basically help you not start again.
Yeah.
Basically, because adding in all of them is a bit of a pain, to be honest with you. So let's just try and copy this one.
Okay.
And we'll hit add. And let's take a look. Okay. So currently we've got all of this information up here. So we've got unlimited active CLIs, doesn't really change. We don't have any CLIs in the system, in the account assigned yet, because that's what we would need to do. It doesn't copy any of that information because there'll be nothing to copy. But as you can see down below, we've got all of our rates down here. which were copied over from the account.
Okay.
Now, let's say you just didn't want to add all the bands in, but you want to change the rates. You could still copy it all over and then just go through and change the bands.
Oh, you can edit them. You can edit them there. I didn't realize that.
You can edit them here. Okay, so using our
Perfect.
pencil, we can go into each different call band and change whatever we want. We can change the band if we want.
Per customer.
Yes. Yeah. So this would only affect Alhaze, the account that it's on currently. Okay, so we can change the rate to whatever we want. We can add in a call setup charge if we want. We can add in a minimum charge for this call band. We can do whatever we want. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we'd click update, and that would update here. We can remove call bands. So if we just decided we didn't want this and the rate and the tariff is fine, we could just select them both and click remove, and that would remove them. And we can also add. Okay. So if we click add, it'll give us the exact same box, except from there'll be no call band here, in which we can just go into our call bands table and just choose one and add it in. Okay. For some reason it's not scrolling, so I would use this button to search for anything.
Yeah, sometimes that does happen where, a hotel will get a special rate on calls to Germany or calls to USA. So that's where we go in and we'd add it there.
Correct.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you would then, so let's actually go through one. So we'll do just this one. You can choose your rate unit. So you can bill, oh, that's changed. Okay, so you used to be able to bill in seconds, but now you can't, so it's minutes now.
That's because it's the toll free. If you pull a different one, it'll give you the seconds, I'd say.
No. No, I think that's a change we've probably made, because I don't think anyone bills in seconds anymore.
No.
Okay, let's continue. So you would set a pence per minute rate on here. So let's say 5 pence. And then something else we can do is we can change our increments. Okay, so what I mean by that is we have a rate of 5 pence per minute, right? But Eclipse deals in seconds. Okay, so basically it's divided that 5 pence by 60, and each second in the duration it will times it by that cost. Okay, so 5 divided by 60 I think is like 0.08, I think, probably. I don't know. It'll be something. And then each second it will assign 0.008 pence to the call. All right.
Okay.
But what we could do instead is we could change it to 30 seconds, and then it will just bill in 30-second increments. Okay, so from 0 to 30, it will bill 30 seconds. From 30 to a minute, it will bill a minute. From a minute to, and so on. Okay?
Yeah. So you can change the time increment. Okay.
Yep. You can have a minimum charge, so each and every call could be 10 pence, no matter how long or how short it is. So if someone just dials someone for 2 seconds, the cost would have been like half a pence, for example. Because that call got connected, that call now costs 10 pence.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So
and you can also cap calls as well. So you could have it as like £5 or something. So each call at most can be £5, no matter how long it goes.
How long done for it? Okay.
All right. We've also got a call setup. So every single call at the beginning has a 2 pence cost added to it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the call starts, it'll start charging the normal rates. There's a bunch of things to do. There's a lot of customization here. Okay.
Yeah.
We can also choose to just have a markup. Okay, so whatever cost is coming through the file, we could just mark it up at 150%, for example, and that's what would happen there. Okay, and that's all there is to that. Of course, all of this information can be found in the help center up here, and it can also be found in the training videos that you have. Okay, so in terms of a special rate, that's all there is to that one. Let's have a look at a bundle. Okay, so we choose our bundle group in the group type, choose our name, I'll call it Rob, and we could choose an existing one. There are a few bundles, so let's choose the template account because I think I've added them all. Yeah, so there is a local national bundle and there's an international bundle. Okay, so we can copy those from the template account, which is what I would suggest to do because it's already got them all set up. That's what I do. I would add all of my not special rates. If you've got like the same special rates constantly appearing, I would assign those special rates to the template account, because that's what it's for. It's to be able to select things off of it. So you can have different build plans on the template account. You can have different bundles, different special rates, and it's just an easy account to select and then choose what we need from it.
Yeah,
I think that's what we do anyhow.
That's what we do anyway. Yeah,
exactly. Right. So I'll hit add now, and I'll add that in. Let's go into the bundle and take a look. Okay, and here's the information that we've got here. So we've got unlimited active CLIs again. We also have something called auto add CLI. I wouldn't ever use this, but what would happen is essentially if you add a CLI to this account, it will automatically add it to the bundle.
Yeah.
I think there's also that option in the special rate. I can't remember.
Yeah, but that probably would end up causing more problems than it would solve, because it doesn't only take a second to add CLI anyway. So
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously we start with no CLIs assigned. We can then assign them all if we want, or assign a certain select few.
Okay.
And then we've got this information here. Okay. So let me walk you through this bit. You'll never need to worry about this stuff here.
Okay.
Okay. So just ignore that. It's just this area here that we care about. Okay. So
that's the only thing we update anyhow when we get the information.
Yeah, so you guys only really deal in actual calls. So I think it's always going to be voice bundles. But the different options we've got a voice bundle, a data bundle, a text bundle, and then actually a cost bundle. Okay.
No, we'd be just in the voice bundle, Rob.
Yeah, no worries. In here, I believe we can also have seconds and minutes if we want.
Okay.
And then obviously we'll just put the amount of minutes we want in here, and then that's how many minutes that this bundle will remove the cost from. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we've got this down here. It's got all of our call bands assigned to this bundle currently. Now what happens is all of these bundles currently will be rated at 0. Okay. So during the bundle minutes, all this will be 0. When it's 0, this is something I'm going to have to recheck. But
so once they go over the 2,000 minutes, they'll start getting charged.
Yes, but this is the thing I'm going to go and check, because I can't remember if this is true, because it doesn't actually logically make sense as I look at it. When it's 0 here, it won't use this rate after the bundle has burst. It will use, what's in the special rate or what's in the tariff. Okay. But what I think you can do is you can assign a rate in this bundle, and when the bundle bursts, it will use this rate.
Oh, that's handy.
It is.
Yeah.
I am not sure if that's how that works, because it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go check, but I'm pretty sure that's how this works.
Yeah, because this was a question I asked, I think a couple of weeks back, that once, say, Rob has put on a 2,000 minute rate, and what happens if Rob goes 2,500? How does Eclipse know you've gone over, and what are they charging at?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, see, I think, Bernie, that the charge whatever tariff you,
okay.
What would they? Yeah, that's right.
They would go back to being charged at the normal tariff we would have them set up as.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all there is to this. Obviously, the same rules apply. You can add in bands. We can remove bands, and then we can edit bands as well.
Right.
But as I say, no, okay, yes. So do you remember what I just said? That is true. So if this is selected here, this thing here, this is all grayed out. And after the bundle bursts, it will use what's in the rating table or the special rate.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you click that off, we can assign something to it.
Exactly. Okay. So after the bundle bursts, it will then bill at 5 pence per minute or 5 cents per minute. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think once we've this trained, Johnny's going to go in and edit all these rates, which are there, Rob, and so that he'll be telling me what one will be definitely going at, because I think there's only the one. There's a few of them, Johnny, isn't it? Can we abbreviate that to like 3? Is there any possibility?
What do you mean?
Well, you don't need to, because we can add them there. We don't have to use them. You know what I mean? We can add all the rates we want, but we don't use all of them.
And maybe can we put a note kind of saying main one or something?
Well, I'm actually going to put the cost beside them. So
but you see, that'll mean nothing to me. I'll need to know what is the main. When I'm taking someone from OnVibe over, I'll need to know, Bernie, this is the one, because when you're not here, I can't be leaving accounts to set up. Like I'll be setting them up. So I think we would go with maybe Evita OnVibe main rate.
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all there is to bundles.
Yeah,
all right.
And
so I think that kind of covers the 3 areas we wanted to look at.
It does.
Yeah. Can you make sure you undo whatever you did there, so that those, because we've had
nothing was done.
we've had a problem with Al Hayes over the last 2, so to make sure, I think we finally got it right there in September.
There you
go. Okay, so that's gone. So lovely. I haven't made any amendments to the actual system at all. So no worries.
That's to be done. That's done.
Okay.
Okay, I need to jump off here now, and I leave you. There's just so you know, the file where customers are going from month 20 of 24. I have that updated already.
Okay.
In the shared file. Regarding OnVibe, is someone going to send me that file?
OnVibe, yes, I need to.
Okay.
So basically, what I would recommend doing here, because I don't think it makes. No, it does. Okay, yeah. So what we need to do going forwards on this is, when you're ready to receive this file, is we need to make a ticket with the clips. Okay, that can either be through this live chat down here, or
where?
There's so this. Do you see this button in this bottom left? If you click on this, you can say chat now, and it will create you a live chat.
Okay.
Which it will connect to either me or one of the team, in which you can just be like, okay, I'm ready to receive my Evita customers to assign my OnVoIP calls, or whatever you want to say.
Customers on. Okay. We can't put up we can't stick in a reminder, Rob, because I need it at the end of every single month.
Actually, you can.
Yeah.
So do you see down here, billing?
on the first of every single month,
you won't be able to do that, but what you can do is, under billing reminders.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to make like a thing on your calendar to tell you that, but what we can do here is we can actually add a billing reminder for actually, can you?
But who does this go to? I know I have to get it. Is it going to go to someone in Inform to prompt them to send it to me?
No, you will have to make sure you ask us.
Okay, so there's no point putting in a reminder, because I know I have to get that file on the first of every month.
Correct, but when you do the ticket, it'll obviously let us. You can be able to talk to us, and you can just ask us for the file, in which someone will send over the file.
And how exactly do you want me to word it, so that if you're not there, someone else will know, rather than saying, "Oh, Rob's not here today, I need to wait for him to come back"?
Because this is a reoccurring thing, this is actually already going to be noted in our team's table of recurring tickets, basically. So everybody will know. So you won't have to worry about that. But if I'm not here, I would just say to talk to them. No, yeah, everyone's here. Yeah, everyone can do this. Yeah, it won't. I don't think it will ever be a problem. I think everyone in the support team will be able to help you with this.
And what do you want me to call it? Just the Evita customer OnVibe file.
Yeah, basically. Whatever you want to say, just make sure I would say just make sure the OnVoIP term is in there. So can I have the sheet for? But to be fair, exactly what you just said is perfect.
Perfect. One other thing, is it possible to get a spreadsheet over regarding Enlighten and the ones that? So I thought with Enlighten, Rob, once they got the email once, they would know to log in. But do you have to click that Enlighten button every single month the invoices are going out?
Let's have a chat about that. I'm not too sure what you just said to me. Okay, so did you mean?
Can I share
again?
Yeah. Can I share?
Yep, sure.
Okay. Oh, shit. Where am I? Yeah, it's the Enlighten reports, you know, where they can log in and get their detailed bill. Okay. So when I'm sending the invoices every single month, do I have to click that button every single month, or does it? I mean, this is where I went wrong. I just thought once they got that email once, that was them. They were able to kind of go in and register and log in and get their detailed bills. But am I supposed to be clicking that every month I send out invoices?
Okay, so there's two things here. Okay, so there's the notification to tell people to register, and then there's actually uploading the invoice from Eclipse to Enlighten.
Yeah. So I've issued the invoices. Do I click this then once the invoices are gone every month?
Yes.
Okay. So once I've the invoices sent every single month, I click this. That's grand. Okay.
Right. You have to make sure all the invoices are selected. You click Enlighten, that button, and then it'll basically say upload, and you can upload them.
Okay.
Or okay, I can't actually remember what it says, but yeah.
That's fine. And can I just go in and select the ones I want to go to Enlighten?
Yes, you can.
Okay, because not everyone, because like my heart was broken there the first month. I had people that were on Vipe and they were trying to be registering, but you're obviously they wouldn't be able to get a detailed bill. So, okay, that's grand. Okay, so Johnny's going to set up those rates. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a million for that, Rob.
In terms of Johnny's rates, so there's a few bits to it. So let's say you add in the tariffs.
He's I'd say gone out for his vape. He said he was okay.
I would just take a couple of notes here because this is a bit of a project. So basically what he's going to do.
I wish he had waited until the call was over to go, because
I can send an email if that's easier.
Yeah, can you please?
Yep. But in short, basically what's going to happen is he's going to create the tariffs on Eclipse, but then we need to assign those tariffs to customers, which is where we will come in. Okay, so it'll be Johnny's job to add the tariffs onto Eclipse. You'll then basically tell us. So I would use the ticketing system or the live chat system or whatever, because basically a live chat turns into a ticket anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But you would create a ticket with us and then basically say, okay, we've assigned the tariffs now. You will then need to, we've added the tariffs now. You will then basically need to tell us which tariff needs to go where, and then we'll do that for your back end.
But I wonder, can we just create a new rate table for going forward, and the ones that are there, leave them? No, you can't.
So you could do that.
I mean, could he just go in and rename the bloody things? Do you know what I'm saying?
He could do that as well, yes.
So he can go in and rename the tariffs that are already there, and then it'll mean you don't have to go in and go reassigning tariffs to any single. They're already there, just with a different name.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to get him to do, rather than going through all this shit again of creating new tariffs and then letting you know, okay, this has to be assigned to Bernie. Because I'm hoping that the correct ones are already assigned to the customers, and I'll just get them to rename them, because as far as I know, there's only one. When I'm setting up on Vibe, there's only one that I use all the time anyhow.
Okay.
And so I'll speak to him on that when he comes back.
Okay. What I would recommend him doing then is reports, custom exports. I'm sharing my screen with you, by the way, if you can see.
Okay, so he goes to report,
custom exports,
custom exports, yeah.
And then there's
hold on. He's talking about these rates. Okay.
I'll wait for him to jump on.
Thanks. So he's shown there. So Johnny, I'll just yeah, he's joining there. So Johnny, rather than setting up new rates, you're going to rename the rates that are there, okay? Because otherwise, if we set up new rates, you're going to have to go in then and let Inform know who's on this rate. So what I suggested was, rather than create new rates, the rates that are already there, you're going to name them, rename them.
Oh yeah, I can rename them, yeah.
Yeah, so Rob is showing you how you go to this there, so take it away there, Rob.
So obviously, first off, you would go to tariffs and tables, rating, and sell rate tables. Okay. This shows us all the rating tables currently in the system. There's not many. I think there's about 10. In which you can select one, and then just change the name and save it. Okay. You can then also add and remove bands as you wish.
Yeah, but where do I see what that rate is, if you know what I mean?
Well, for example, this one, it doesn't have any call bands because it's all 50% markup. But let's say we've got the telecom rate, the telecom standard band. These are the bands in this tariff.
Yeah, you see that, Bunny, that's what I want to do, is I want to add up all the rates be like that, not the 50% markup and the 35% markup, because that's what caused the problems last month.
Can you go back up to the Vita one there, Rob, and just pick one of the, say, like, it's the one I use all the time is the 35% plus. Okay, so there's no rates there. It's just
no, see, they're markups, so 25%.
Okay,
markup.
So what you guys need to know about this is there's two aspects to this tariff. Okay. So there's the 35% markup.
Yeah.
But there's also this 2 pence call setup, or 2 cents call setup. Okay. So it will give you the call setup, and then it will just mark up the whole carrier cost by 35%.
5%. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what you could do here is obviously you could, edit it and remove the markup and add in your pence per minute rate.
Yeah.
And update. But the reason why I think this is, well, I'm not sure if this is easier, but it might be easier in the long run. But obviously, all these tariffs, they're already assigned to your CLIs, right? Mm-hmm. So just renaming these and editing these tariffs could be easier than just creating new tariffs and then assigning them all.
Oh, yes, I understand what you mean. Yeah.
But this also kind of brings in an element of risk.
Okay.
So how we get past this risk, if we go to reports, custom exports, we've got these two here, these two reports here. So rating table, special rates and bundles. We only really care about the rating table, but what this will do is it will give you a full breakdown of every single CLI in the system and what rating table is assigned to it. Okay. So this is what I would 100% use when doing this task, just to make sure that the rates or the tariffs that you're editing are assigned to the right customers.
Yeah.
Okay. And then obviously if there's any that aren't correct, you might still need our help to amend a few. Okay. Or like assign a few or whatever. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because my understanding was it wasn't rating them properly. Was I correct in saying that, Johnny?
Yeah, the 25% wasn't working.
No.
So it was. I'm gonna have to butt in here, I'm afraid. So initially, when we brought over the Envoy customers, we decided to use these rates. So it was basically 15% markup plus the 2 cent setup rate. Okay. But I think what's happened in the past 2 months is we've said that that these are just not correct because we wanted to have a pence per minute rate for some of the like GB calls or the island calls, which obviously I wasn't told about this.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have known to put it in, which could have caused issues. But the thing is, we don't need to go into the rest of that. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on here.
So you're saying it is now set up correctly?
No, it was set up to what you told me.
Yeah.
But I might have not have comprehended you correctly. You might not have told me correctly. But I think 2 months ago we checked some of the call rates, and I think we were happy with them. And then the month after, those same rates, we decided we weren't happy with them, which was a bit confusing for me. So the rate in Eclipse wouldn't have changed. I think personally what happened is we decided to use a different rate for the customer on a given month, which is unfortunate.
Okay, but we wouldn't have actually gone into a customer and changed their rates 1 month after another.
Nope. No rates on Eclipse were changed. It was just, I think when we were figuring out rates with our file, initially we had markup, and then we've changed that to a pence per minute rate. And so the values were different.
Okay, so just understanding. Johnny, are you going to rename them or what?
I'd probably rename them, and then for the Ireland and the GP Mobile, I'll add them. Instead of having a markup, I'll have pence per minute.
Yeah.
Cents per minute. And that should solve any problems that we have.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Thanks a million, Rob. Thank you.
Fantastic. No worries at all.
Okay.
I'm going to put this recording into the shared folder so you can have access to it.
Lovely stuff.
Okay.
Thanks a million.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Enjoy your day, guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.